Hi, I'm Paul.
Hi, I'm Faisal.
And we're here to show you why we should imprison drug addicts, because it's a very serious topic.
We're going to show you how people on drugs act and why we should imprison them.
We're going to be showing you that, but with 3 tests and 3 different people with 3 different drugs, to show you how people react when they're on drugs. We're going to be doing this by teaching you how it is taken, and teaching you how they act after they've had the drug, and then how they act when a police officer tries to detain them.
Enjoy.
The first drug we're going to be talking about is marijuana. Some people think that marijuana is not that bad of a drug because there are so many other drugs out there that are worse for you. So it makes marijuana look not that bad. But this is not true at all. Marijuana is the gateway drug that 99.9% of drug addicts started with, and eventually leads to more exposure to drugs and then more exposure to drugs, other drugs that are worse for you and could kill you, such as PCP and methamphetamine, which we will talk more about later. Some symptoms of marijuana use is problems with learning, memory loss, bad behavior, coughing and breathing problems, and some addiction problems. Marijuana can be taken by either smoking or eating. In this case, our subject smokes it. As we let the marijuana settle in, we bring in a teacher to ask the subject simple everyday questions.
Okay, so, would you tell me who is the first president of the United States?
Barack Obama.
Okay, so, what is your full name?
It's Faisal Bukhari.
Okay, so, how old are you?
73.
When did you start using marijuana?
When I was 82.
So, how old are you again?
73.
Just for the record, the subject's only 14 years old.
Halfway through the test, our subject starts to experience heavy breathing and slight cough. Now we send in the subject food to see how he reacts when it comes into his environment.
Food? I love food.
The subject leaps to eat his Oreos. He is so excited to eat them. It's like he's never seen food before in his life. He eats them faster than an obese goat drinks milkshakes. 12 seconds later. The subject has successfully quenched his hunger, and now he will go to sleep with a full tummy. Little does he know that we're sending the police officer to try and detain him. Notice how the subject seems confused, or confuzzled if you will, as if he doesn't know where he is, and he doesn't know why he's being arrested, even though he clearly is under the influence of marijuana.
You have the right to an attorney. If you do not have an attorney, one will be provided.
I see on the turntables.
Either way, it wasn't hard to detain the pothead. The next drug we're going to be talking about is methamphetamine. This is an extremely dangerous drug that's taken by snorting or smoking. The effects is loss of appetite, high heart rate, high blood pressure, dilation of pupils, strange sleep patterns, nausea, violent behavior, hallucinations, panic, convulsive seizures, and death. As I said earlier, it can be snorted or smoked. In this case, our subject snorts it.
Whoa!
He snorts it. Now we're sending in a teacher to ask our subject some questions. Simple, everyday questions.
So, how are you,
Get out of my face!
Well, that didn't work out too well. So now we're sending in a police officer to ask the subject some questions, because he won't be as easily scared.
Hello, Faisal. So, can you tell me what 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is?
Window.
How about, who was the first president of the United States?
Abraham Lincoln.
What you just saw was the second stage of meth use. It's called the high shoulder. It's when the user feels like smart even though they don't know what they're talking about. Like when the police officer asked some questions right there. The first stage of meth use is like the high blood pressure thing, like what we saw in the beginning. Yeah, that was him experiencing that. And then we saw them use the second stage of meth. Here we have the third stage of meth. This is called the binge, of when the uncontrolled use of drugs or alcohol used to maintain high. This lasts like 30 to 15 days, really hyperactive, and they only want to be high. That's all they want to do. Now we're going to bring in the subject some food, just like we did with the pothead, and see how he likes it.
I'm not hungry!
Okay, I guess he didn't like it. Alright, here we see the fourth stage of meth kicking in. It's at the end of the binge when the user has no higher rush left and he's feeling of bugs crawling under his skin and he hears fake sounds, like you can see here. This is the 5th stage of meth. It's called the crash. It's when the user has lots of sleep and hard users seem essentially lifeless, so it's pretty cray. This is the 6th stage. You can see right here kicking in. It's when the meth user feels starved or dehydrated. He's very exhausted. He's physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted. It can last like 2 to 14 days, and the solution they think is to take more meth. This is the 7th stage of meth coming in right here. It lasts about 30 to 90 days before the user realizes he or she is in withdrawal. Depression comes, crave for more meth, and suicidal thoughts. Roughly 93% of people in traditional treatment return to abusing it. Let's send in the cop!
Since this is a very dangerous drug, I'm going to bring a firearm into the premises. See how the subject experiences... Stop!
That's my life.
That was close. We almost had a dead meth on our hand. Alright, let's get to the next drug. Lastly, we'll be talking about PCP. The effects of PCP are decreased sensitivity to pain, rubber feeling in legs, impaired coordination, dizziness, nausea, flushing, sweating, abnormal eye movements, disconnected from the body, feeling of reality, disorganized thoughts, drunk, feeling distortions of time, space, perceiving, and feeling invincible. Okay, PCP can be snorted or injected, and it comes in a pill or powder form. As you can see there, he's going to snort it, I guess. Yeah, he is. Oh, there he goes. Whoa. What a psycho. Alright, we can see our subject. He doesn't feel much pain, so hurting himself amuses himself because he can't feel it. Oh, I think this is the abnormal eye movements kicking in here. You can see that weirdo guy is just like twitching out. Alright, we're sending in a teacher. We're making him wear a mask because it's dangerous to be in a room with a guy. Whoa, what's that guy doing? I don't know what that stage is. He's just being cray.
Okay, first question. How old are you?
115!
115.
Yes, sir!
Question 2. Okay, who was the first president of the United States?
Justin Bieber!
Question 3. What is 2 plus 2?
Yes, ma'am!
Alright, so now we're calling the cop. Oh, he has a firearm because it's dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Alright, let's just see what happens.
No, I do!
The subject doesn't even feel the bullets. It's like he's invincible.
I'm invincible!
Well, thanks for watching. Thank God that's over.
In all seriousness, guys, these drugs are extremely dangerous, and they will harm you and all others around you.
If you don't want to end up like this, we have to imprison the drug addicts that use these kind of drugs and put them in rehab. And I hope you learned from this video.
And remember, imprison drug addicts. Don't become one.
I see how the turntables.